Good day. Welcome to Mayor King's TV News. I am Matu Oborevwori, and here are the headlines. Oborevwori vows massive project ahead of second year anniversary. Drug-free Delta campaign reaches students in Burutu and Patani local government areas. Air Force personnel brutally assault police officers in Delta State. Tinubu arrives Ethiopia for AU summit. Burna Boy makes history as it becomes Billboard France's first ever cover. NLC Films gives March 1st alerts to short telecom services. TikTok returns to Apple and Google App stores in the US. Flying Eagles get tough U20 AFCON draw. Now the news in details. Delta State Governor, Right Honorable Sheriff Oborevwori, has reaffirmed his administration's commitment to delivering impactful projects across the state as it prepares to mark a second year in office. Speaking during the first State Executive Council ESCO meeting 2025 held at the ESCO Chamber, Government House, Asaba, the governor emphasized that his administration had mapped out major infrastructure projects spanning the 3 senatorial districts. He urged ministries, developments, and agencies, MDAs, to expedite the contract award process to ensure timely execution in line with his more agenda. Governor Oborevwori highlighted the importance of leveraging the dry season to accelerate infrastructural development, stressing that all local government areas would benefit from the significant investments being made. However, he assured citizens that his government remains focused on advancing the state through the more agenda, promising that numerous projects would be completed and inaugurated as part of his second-year anniversary celebrations. The Drug-Free Delta campaign, led by Director General Dr. Barrister Fred Latimore Oganesibe, in collaboration with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA), continued its sensitization activities on Day 7, visiting Main Secondary School Kiagbodo, Burutu Local Government Area, Aven Secondary School Aven, Patani Local Government Area, and Government Model Secondary School Patani Local Government Area. Dr. Oganesibe, the Director General, initiated the sections by emphasizing the importance of education and focus. He further underscored the purpose of the team's visits, conveying the governor's deep concern for the well-being of the students and his desire for them to remain drug-free. However, the principals of Main Secondary School Kiagbodo, Burutu Local Government Area, Aven Secondary School Aven, Patani Local Government Area, and Government Modern Secondary School Patani, Patani Local Government Area, each commended the campaign. They expressed their gratitude to His Excellency, the Governor of Delta State, for including Drug-Free Delta initiative as part of its proactive reforms aimed at fostering a greater and better state for all. The Delta State Police Command has expressed great disapproval over an attack on its officers by personnel of the Nigerian Air Force at the Jedo checkpoint in Okwe Local Government Area, Delta State. According to a statement by the Police Public Relations Officer, SP Edafe Bright, the incident occurred on February 11, 2025 at about 5 p.m. when operatives of the Quick Response Squad QROS flagged down a Toyota Corolla with the registration number AKD73FL during a routine crime prevention patrol. The vehicle's occupant, identified as 25-year-old Ibo Arma Precious. A search of the vehicle led to the recovery of substances suspected to be Indian M, Canadian Loud, and other hard drugs. While transporting the suspect and seized contraband to the police station, the officers were intercepted at the Jedo Air Force checkpoint. Air Force personnel allegedly demanded the release of the suspect, and when the police refused, an altercation resulting in an attack on the officers. Describing the incident as embarrassing and regrettably, the Delta State Commissioner of Police, CP Olufemi Abinwada, reaffirmed the strong working relationship between the police and other security agencies, including the Nigerian Air Force, Navy, and Army. He assured that discussions are ongoing with the Air Force authorities to prevent a recurrence and ensure continued collaboration in maintaining law and order. President Bola Tinubu arrived at Addis Ababa, Ethiopia on Thursday night to participate in the 28th Ordinary Section of the Assembly of the African Union AU Heads of State and Government. The president was received at the airport by Eshetu Lesgese, the Ethiopian Deputy Chief of Protocol, Ambassador Yusuf Tuga, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and Ambassador Nasir Aminu, the charge the affairs of the Nigerian Embassy in Ethiopia. In a statement by his spokesman, Mr. Bayo Onanuaga, said Toga later briefed President Tinubu about the summit and some diplomatic wins for the country, a section that stretched until about 2 a.m. on Friday. Among the wins was the re-election of Ambassador Bankole Adeoye as African Union Commissioner for Political Affairs, Peace and Security. It was also gathered that President Tinubu would deliver a speech at the summit level meeting of the African Union Peace and Security Council, where decisions will focus on current security challenges on the continent, including the escalation of the conflict in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now on the entertainment news. Grammy-winning superstar Burna Boy continues to break new ground as it becomes the first ever cover star of Billboard France, marking another milestone in his impressive career. As fans eagerly await the release of his highly anticipated album, No Sign of Weakness, this historic moment sets the mood as Burna Boy offers insight into his position as a foremost protagonist for African music. Ahead of his release of his eighth album, Burna Boy has released the Grammy-nominated single "Aya" before wrapping up 2024 with "Bondo" by Bondo. His cover story, a collaborative post between Billboard France and Burna Boy, celebrates his meteoric rise from his studio in Port Harcourt to headlining the biggest stages across the world. In their post, Billboard France praised Burna Boy for his cultural impact, calling him the ambassador of Nigeria's booming music scene. Now on the business news. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, has expressed outrage over the hike in tariffs by telecommunication companies, despite an earlier agreement reached with the federal government and the Nigeria Communications Commission, NCC, and demanded immediate reversal of the increase to avoid unpleasant consequences. However, the operators are not taking any of the NLC's threats, warning that labor actions would amount to treasonable felony. Recall that the federal government and NLC had about 2 weeks ago emerged from a meeting convened by the former to see how the price hike could be reduced from the proposed 50%. Furthermore, the NLC has stated that if the telecommunication companies fail to revert to the old tariff by the end of February 2025, a total shutdown of their operations nationwide would commence from March 1st, 2025. Now on the foreign news, TikTok is again available on the US app stores of Apple and Google after President Donald Trump postponed enforcement of a ban of the Chinese-owned social media platform until 5th April. The popular app, which is used by more than 170 million American users, went dark briefly last month in the US as the ban deadline approached. Trump then signed an executive order granting TikTok a 75-day extension to comply with a law banning the app if it's not sold. According to Bloomberg, which is first reported TikTok's return to app stores in the US, the decision to resume its availability come after Apple and Google received assurances from Trump's administration that they would not be held liable for allowing downloads, and the ban won't be enforced yet. Now on the sports news. Seven-time champions will battle with Egypt, South Africa, Morocco in Group D of the 2025 U20 AFCON, scheduled for Ivory Coast between April 26th and March 18th. The draw for the tournament was made at the CAF headquarters in Cairo, Egypt on Thursday. It's the second consecutive time Nigeria will be in same group as Egypt in the competition. The Flying Eagles pipped the Young Pharaohs, who were also host of the last edition 1-0 in a group phase match in 2023. And they must ensure a great start to their campaign in Ivory Coast to build confidence for a tough tournament, which will also serve as the qualifiers for the 2025 U20 World Cup in Chile from September 27th to October 19th. Meanwhile, seven-time champions Nigeria will battle fellow former winners Egypt and Morocco, along with South Africa in a highly competitive Group B. The Flying Eagles, Africa's most successful U20 team, will have to navigate positive opposition to progress. Now a recap on our headlines. Oborevwori vows massive projects ahead of second-year anniversary. Drug-free Delta campaign reaches students in Burutu and Patani local government areas. Air Force personnel brutally assault police officers in Delta State. Tinubu arrives Ethiopia for AU summit. Burna Boy makes history as it becomes Billboard France's first ever cover. NLC Fumes gives March 1st alert to short telecom services. TikTok returns to Apple and Google App Stores in the US. Flying Eagles get tough U20 AFCON draw. That's the news as edited by Timiala Emanuela. I am Matu Okpamitorishe. Thanks for watching.